Units of force we have to discuss. That's we have to discuss. Okay. Please mute yourself, everyone. Divanshi. So first we are discussing SI unit of force. Force is what? Mass into acceleration. Yes, from second school are opening. Are you asking that?
Are you sure?
I'm not sure. Yes. Links will be there
So I
for
have doubt
CS of.
regarding units.
Okay, ask.
So in this first chapter, page number 7, there is some derived units of physical quantities. We have to learn all this, or some you have to
No,
tell.
you can derive them. Okay, you don't have to learn them all. We haven't studied many of them, so don't learn them. Okay, they can be derived very easily. Since, for example, density, it's mass upon volume. So what is the unit of mass? You can derive that. What is the unit of volume? Mass kg, and it is meter cube, kg per meter cube. You can derive that derived unit. It is being derived from the fundamental units. Okay. This is this clear? You can
Yes,
derive
sir.
by the
And
form.
from 11
Okay?
to derived unit 11 to 16 also we have to derive it from. Well, that means we have.
Yes. If you know what the formula is, you can easily derive. Okay. So, for example, electric power, it is V into I, potential difference into the current flowing. Okay. So, potential difference, we have the volt, and for the current, we have the amperes. Okay. Or we usually get it watt. Watt, we name it volt ampere. Okay. Have you understood this one? Electric potential work done per unit charge.
Yes, sir.
Uniform. It will be discussed. Yes. Okay. I haven't made it till now. I have the paper, but I haven't made it till now. So I don't know how many questions are there. So depend. Yes, sir. Listen here once. Your time may be increased depending on the number of questions. Okay. So it is given 20 minutes. It can be 25 minutes. It can be 30 minutes, depending on the how many questions are there. Okay. So always check on top. Title will be there. For example, 9th physics. Below that, time will be given. Okay. Always go through the time. Time 9:30 to 9:50. Submitted by 9:50. It will be like this. 9:30 to 10. Submitted by 10. Okay. You do read that. Accordingly, you follow. Okay. And CI soft link. CI and CI soft, the link will be available in online examination and
I am asking
okay.
about how to open CI so that you said no link we will give for PC.
PC. See here, have you checked the okay? I haven't put there. I have put there, I think.
Yes, sir.
In
You
your group
provided the link.
in
So you
message here,
provided with the test piece of
one
care.
test message is there for unit test. The day unit I have taken your mock test, I have provided one message was there. In that CS soft link is there. IT care something is there.
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Check it once. If you
ITCare.cs.
yes. If you don't get it, just text me on WhatsApp afterwards. After your class, you can text me. I will forward you that. Okay. If you don't get there. Okay. Any more doubts? Any more doubts you have?
No,
So
sir.
mainly go with the basics. Okay. Prepare the basics. Okay. You must emphasize on understanding and study like it's a written examination. Okay. Because knowledge is more important than those marks. And in life, that knowledge will work, not those marks. No one is going to ask your marks afterwards. Rather, your knowledge will that will lead you to move forward. Okay. So always strive for knowledge. Okay. Marks will come along with. If you understand, marks are will come along with them. Okay. So this is clear. So we have discussed. Okay, we have discussed those graphs. CGS and SI unit of force we have to discuss. Okay. What is the force? Okay. Now see here we are going to derive the unit for force. So force unit is derived unit. Acceleration is also derived unit. Mass is fundamental unit. Okay, that we have discussed in first chapter. So mass, what is the mass as a unit?
Kilogram.
Acceleration,
Meter per second.
meter per second. This is derived unit from distance, length, and time. It is derived unit. Okay. So what is the unit of force? Kg meter per second square. This is the SI unit for force, and we usually name it after Newton, N, or you can say Newton. So 1 Newton is said, 1 Newton of force is said, which one? Okay, 1 Newton of force is said to act on a body when 1 kg of body accelerates through 1 meter per second square. Understood this one? 1 Newton of force is said to act on a body when 1 kg of mass, that is 1 kg of body, moves with an acceleration of 1 meter per second square. Similarly, CGS unit will be what? Centimeter gram second. Force equal to ma. Here mass will be in what? Gram. Acceleration will be in centimeter per second. This is dyne. Okay. 1 dyne of force is said to act on a body of mass 1 gram when it accelerates through 1 centimeter per second square. 1 centimeter.
So what is the symbol of dyne?
Dyne. DYNE we usually write. That's all. I haven't seen any symbol. We write dyne only. DYNE. Okay, no symbol. Okay. So now what is the relation between Newton and dyne? Newton and dyne. How to derive? We are having 1 kg meter per second square. Convert it into kg is how many grams? 1000 grams. Meter, how many centimeters? 100 meters. 100 centimeters. Second square we will keep as such. Okay. It is how much? 10 raised to 5 gram centimeter per second square. It is how much? 1 Newton equal to 10 raised to power 5. And clear? Have you understood this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is the relation between Newton and dyne. SI unit of force to CGS unit of force. Okay. Okay, now we are going to derive the relation between rate of change of momentum and force, how they are related. Okay, so now we are going to discuss Newton's second law of motion in terms of rate of change of motion. Okay, Newton's second law, what we have discussed, force equal to ma. This we have discussed, and now in terms of rate of change of momentum we are discussing. Okay, we have derived earlier delta P upon delta T. It is what? M into A. Yes or no? This we have derived. This we have derived. Change in momentum.
Yes,
Or earlier, mv minus mu. That we have derived. Mass we have taken as constant here. Okay. So this we have derived. Delta P upon delta T equal to ma. And Newton's second law, what we have derived? F equal to ma. Okay. So from this we can say F equal to delta P upon delta T. That is force is nothing but rate of change of momentum. Okay. Force is nothing but rate of change of momentum. Okay. So according to the second law of motion, the rate of change of momentum is of a body is directly proportional to the force applied. So rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the force applied. And in which direction this rate of change of momentum take place? In which direction this change
In the
in
direction
momentum
of force.
in the direction of the force. Okay. So according to the second law of motion, the rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the force applied on the body, and this change in momentum take place in the direction of the applied force. This is clear. This is the second law in terms of rate of change of momentum. Okay, we are explaining second law in terms of rate of change of momentum. This is clear, and this we are going to apply on various. Okay, we'll be discussing some examples over that. Okay, so see here some assumptions we have made or not. Last time we have discussed momentum, change in momentum. This we have discussed or not? divided by delta T, delta T. Mass we have taken out. We have discussed this one. Delta P divided by delta T, divided by delta T. This is what? Acceleration. M A. So here what we have assumed?
Mass is constant.
Mass is constant. Okay. And there was one formula. Mass equal to m node upon root of 1 minus v square upon c square. Velocity as well, we assume something. It is very, very less as compared to speed of light. So two things we have assumed here. That is, throughout the journey, throughout the movement, throughout the motion, the mass remains constant. And the body is moving with velocity less than as compared to speed of light. Okay. So open page number 67. Open page number 67. On top, see here, second column. Thus, for the relation F equal to m delta v upon delta t. That is momentum we have m delta v we have put here. This one. Okay. To hold true, two conditions are needed. To hold this true, two conditions are needed. That is, mass must be constant, and this velocity, the velocity of the body, it should be much smaller than the velocity of light. This is very important, these two conditions. These two conditions on page number 67, second column, you can see these two conditions written in Italica. These two conditions are very important. Always remember, these may be asked in exam as well. So Newton's second law, we have assumed mass is constant. Mass is constant, it is not varying, and the velocity is much less as compared to speed of light. You all have understood this one? These two are very important. These 2 points are very important. Okay. So Newton's second law, that is force equal to ma. This is the second law. And in terms of moment, rate of change of momentum, this is the second law. Okay. Second law. Okay. Now, can we derive first law through second law? What was the first law? If a body is at rest, it remains at rest.
It
The body,
unless an external force is applied.
okay, yes. So, for example, if body is at rest, it means acceleration will be how much?
0.
0. So, force applied will be how much? 0. Yes or no? If so, acceleration produces 0, force applied is 0. That means no external force is acting. When no external force is acting on the body, it means acceleration is 0. Acceleration is 0 means body is at rest. Okay. Or if body is in motion, it is moving with uniform velocity. If no force is acting, acceleration will be how much?
0.
It is moving with uniform velocity. 0 again. So external force acting on the body is 0. So if a body is at rest, it will continue at rest. If a body is in motion, it will continue in motion. Same uniform motion unless a force is applied. So we can derive first law using second law. We can derive Newton's first law using second law. You can see here, if your body is in uniform motion, if it is in uniform motion or at rest, it means velocity is 0, acceleration is 0. If it is in motion, means velocity is there, but there is no change in velocity. There is no change in velocity since it is moving uniformly. So no change in velocity, it means acceleration is 0. Body is not accelerating. It is not accelerating, that means no force, external force is acting on the body. So from this, we can derive Newton's first law. Okay.
Okay.
So we can say if a body, no external force is acting. If on a body, no external force is acting, the body will continue to be in the same state, whether it's at rest or in uniform motion. This is clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, how this can be applied in our daily life? This Newton law is always there in our daily life. We can explain few of the phenomena using Newton's second law. Okay. Okay. For example, what we have studied? Force is what? This is there. This we have studied. Rate of change of momentum is nothing but force. Okay. Understanding now, whenever a force is applied on a body, as we apply force on any body, what will happen? The velocity will
Change.
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 The velocity changes. Okay. As velocity changes, what changes?
Acceleration.
Acceleration.
X. Okay. Or you can say it like this also. When force is applied, body accelerates. Acceleration is that means there is change in velocity. When there is change in velocity, there is change in momentum. That is change in momentum delta P. Understood this way? Whenever force is applied on a body, body accelerates, velocity changes, or velocity changes, accelerates, and momentum changes. Well, change in velocity leads to change in momentum. Momentum is nothing but m delta v. Mass we are taking as constant. Okay. So force applied, change in momentum. How the force, if it is applied for t seconds, rate of change of momentum is equivalent to the force applied. Rate of change of momentum is proportional to the force applied. Yes.
Sir, can you explain sir the formula, sir? Delta P upon delta T is equals to delta in bracket m into v and upon delta T.
Okay, see here, what was the initial? Okay, for example, body is moving with initial velocity u, final velocity v. Okay, momentum is what? Initial momentum mu. Please mute yourself. T final mv. Okay, change in momentum mv minus mu. Okay, mass we have taken as constant. Okay, mv minus u. This is change in momentum divided by delta t. In time delta t, this change has taken place. Okay, it means force was applied for how much time? Delta t time. So body was there, it is initially moving with u velocity. We applied the force. This force was applied for delta t seconds. It means the change will take place in delta t seconds only. Okay, divided by delta t. Okay, delta p upon delta t will be how much? M v minus u upon delta t is how much? It's the acceleration.
Acceleration.
M into a. Okay, and second law we have already divided. Ma is nothing but force. Force applied. Okay, so this is the relation. Force is okay. Rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the force applied. If more the force is applied, more will be the change in momentum. Understood?
Yes.
Okay, where? Okay. So see here, I can write it like this as well. Delta P equal to F into delta T. Okay, into delta T. That is, if force is applied for larger amount of time, there will be more momentum. Yes or no? If I am applying little bit force, change in the duration only. If applying force, the same force I'm applying for more time, more change will be there. This is clear. Change in momentum will be more if force is applied for more duration of time. So how we can increase the momentum? Change in momentum will be more change in momentum. We can increase the momentum either by increasing the force, that is, either by increasing the amount of force applied. We can increase the momentum, or by increasing the time duration for which the force is being applied. By changing these two quantities, we can increase the momentum. By changing these two quantities, one or both, or yes or no? Change in momentum can be by either of them, we can change. Either we can change force, either we can change the time duration, or we can change both. There will be change in momentum. This is clear. We can increase or decrease momentum accordingly. This is clear. Okay. Now, for example, if you play the cricket or hockey, okay, if you play the hockey, you hit the ball. Okay, while hitting the ball, time is very less, time duration is very less, but amount of force applied is huge. Okay, while hitting the ball, what you are applying huge force, but for a very small time duration. There is a good amount of momentum. You can see how fast the ball moves. It was initially coming towards you, then you have hit. So it has changed the direction as well. Initial velocity was in this direction, final velocity is in this direction as well. If you are hitting with huge force, its velocity may increase. Understood this one? So a huge force is applied for a very small time. There is a change in momentum. You can see that change with the ball. Have you understood this one?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
you are having a nail, okay? You are hitting with a hammer. So how you hit the hammer? So you are applying huge force for a very small time or duration. Huge force you apply, time duration. What happens? Momentum, initially it was at rest. It get penetrated into the wood or any material. It get penetrated. Why? Momentum is there now. As you hit, force applied for a very small time duration, but huge force we have applied on a very small. See here, huge force will be applied it at this tip. Okay, and it will penetrate inside. All the force will be concentrated at this tip. That is, huge pressure will be there. It will get penetrated. This is clear.
Yes, sir.
So here we are applying force of large magnitude for very small duration. Force of large magnitude for very small duration. Okay. Or we can apply small force for very large duration. We can do. Okay. In this application, mainly what we apply large force for very short duration. Momentum is there. Okay. Now see here different examples where we are going to increase the time duration. We are going to increase the time duration. Okay. So this time we are using this formula. Okay. For these two examples, we will use this one. Now we are going to use this one. Delta P upon delta T. Okay. So see here, have you seen the cricketers catching the ball? How they used to catch? They,
Yes.
as the ball touches their hand, they take it slowly backward. They always move backward. That is, they move in the direction of the ball along their hand. Yes or no? They catch the ball, they move it back. So why they are moving it back? There's a reason behind it. Okay. Have you tried it while you were a child or any time you as well you tried it? You catch the ball, you catch it like this. You try it. What happens?
Yes, sir. It gets that we.
Huge impact is there. Huge impact
Yes,
is there. You can feel the pain. You can feel the pain.
We get hurt.
Yes, you get hurt. And while you catch it, while drawing your hand backward, very less impact. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this impact is nothing but force. This impact is nothing but force. Okay. See here. For example, a ball is there. It is initially moving with velocity u. It is coming toward you with a velocity u. Okay. While you catch it, it means final velocity will be 0. It will come to rest. Okay. So final velocity. This is our. Okay, I write v initial. It is u. V final. It is v. Okay. V, it is 0. V final will be 0 since it is coming to rest. Okay. Now, what will be the initial momentum?
MU.
So you are
M.
late.
Mu. Okay. P final. This is
Zero.
small p.
And
0.
0. M into 0, it's 0. Okay. Now, what will be the change in momentum? P final minus P initial minus Mu. Minus Mu. Okay. What does this negative sign denotes?
Direction.
direction is opposite.
Direction. See here, initially, in the ball was coming in this direction. Change is taking place in which direction? In this direction. That's why it is coming to the rest. So change in momentum in which direction? Opposite direction. That's why ball is coming to rest. If it would have been in this direction, its velocity would have increased. But it is coming to rest. This means momentum direction is this one. Change in momentum is taking in opposite direction. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is the momentum. Change in momentum. Okay. Now, F is what? Minus mu divided by t. Or if you numerically take, this is the force. Okay. So see here, numerically, okay, not I'm using, remove the numerical value, I'm telling you, taking only the force. Okay. Numerical value of the force we are taking. Okay. Now, see here, this ball was coming towards you. It is having force. Okay. Now, it will apply force on your hand as well. Yes or no? It is coming towards you. It will apply force on your hand. So how you can reduce the force exerted by the ball on your hand. How you are going to reduce that force? Okay, if I increase the time duration, force value will be less or not. It is moving with u velocity. It is coming towards you. You are going to catch it. If we increase that denominator, time duration, force exerted by the ball will increase or decrease? It will decrease. So see here, you are catching the ball as it touches the hand. Now the time starts and slowly you move your hand back. So as the time increases, the impact gets distributed throughout. So you will have the less impact on your hand. Less force will be applied on your hand. Time duration increase. Okay, ball cam you catch it like this. So what happened? Very short duration, huge force will be there. So by increasing the time duration of the catch, we can decrease the force exerted on our hand. We are decreasing the force exerted on the hand. Is this clear? Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next example is, okay, you have seen the athletes after taking the high jump or the long jump. Okay, they land on soft ground or the loose sand, you can say. Loose sand or foam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
After
So see here.
jumping.
Yes. So again the same thing. Force is what? Delta P upon delta T. Okay. So while taking the jump, the body, the athlete is having momentum, huge momentum he is having. So see here, if it is hard floor, as the feet touches the ground, the feet will immediately comes to rest. As the feet touches the ground, the feet will immediately come to the rest. It means time duration is very less. It is very less. It means force exerted by the ground on the feet will be how much? Force exerted by the ground. It will be very much, and the athlete may get injured. Okay. For example, this time the athlete, it's loose sand or foam. So what happens here? As the feet touches, it penetrates little bit. Yes or no? In the foam, it penetrates. So what we have increased? So it penetrates, for example. Okay, initially, this is the feet, and this is loose sand, so it penetrates in the ground. So you can see the time duration have increased. The athlete takes some time duration to come to rest. Time duration has increased. If it is increased, it means force exerted by the ground on the feet will be, it will be decreased. It will be decreased. Okay. Therefore, injury chances will be very less. Okay. Last is you have seen with the glass vessels. Okay. If any glass vessels drop on hard floor, as it drops on hard floor, this portion immediately comes to rest. Huge force will be exerted by the ground on the glass, and glass may break. If it lands on carpet or foam, okay, for example, it lands on carpet or something soft ground. So what happens? It takes some time to come to rest because carpet chooses, okay, and because of that, time duration is increased, and this is increased. Force applied by the floor or carpet, it decreases, and therefore glass vessels do not break when they are dropped on floor. That is which one? Carpet or sand. Is this clear to all?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Have you understood? Okay, any doubt you have,
Yes,
you
sir.
may ask. You have completed third C. Numicus will do whenever we meet again. Okay. Any doubt you have, you may ask.
No, sir.
Sir,
see,
from
physics are
August, sir.
interesting. I have heard as well from 2nd August school will open. But see, you have seen the conditions
Yes, sir.
outside. Whenever you attend
Sir.
the class, please take precautions.
Sir,
Okay.
is it straight open?
What? Ask again.
Sir, you think it will open, sir, the schools?
I don't know. It's depend on government. Whatever condition outside, I don't know. It's government has to decide.
Sir, government only said. Sir, government only said that.
You better know how the governments are. So
Sir, will the online classes continue with the offline classes if school opens?
no idea. No idea. That's school management or government has to decide as well. That depends on school.
Sir, in physics, sir, the numericals can be of same type, but not the book questions.
Yes. If you can solve these
Sir,
numerical,
sir, can I ask in Hindi?
Okay, ask.
सर ये जो किताब में न्यूमेरिकल से सर यही आएंगे या फिर इन्हीं
Okay, I
मतलब
understood.
इन्हीं के ऊपर बेस कोई और आउट ऑफ
I-
सिलेबस भी आ सकता
I
है?
got it. They can be out of syllabus as well. I won't say they are out of syllabus. If you know how to solve these numericals, you can solve those numericals as well. So practice these numericals, you'll be easily able to solve those other numericals as well. Okay. So main important is try to emphasize on understanding. That's all. Try to emphasize on understanding. That's all. Nothing more than that. If you understand things, so try to emphasize on gaining the knowledge rather than marks. Okay. If you emphasize on understanding, the marks will come along with. Okay. So always, whatever you study to the best. Okay. Understanding. So these all things, now you have got it. Why it is being pulled, hand is being pulled backward. So always emphasize on understanding. Whether you study less, but study to the best. Okay. Yes. Any more doubts?
Sir, would you teach first B and second B?
You are not audible.
First,
You are not audible.
1 minute.
Sir, you are audible.
Is it
Sir,
fine
you are
now?
audible clearly.
Okay. Yes. First, B. Okay. See here, if school reopens and the syllabus is not being reduced, then we are going to study those two as well. Okay. Now, second is B is not that of much importance. First B. First B, it is not that of much importance. But still, if it is there, we'll go through the 1 year calipers and screw gauges. Okay.
Okay, sir.
That
Thank you,
depends
sir.
on board. That syllabus depends on board. Okay. Okay. Thank you
Thank
all.
you, sir.
Do
Yes,
prepare
sir.
well. Okay. Study like to gain. Okay. Study well. Don't just take it as lightly. Thank you all.
Thanks, sir. Have a
Thank you,
nice
sir.
day.
Okay, sir.
So whenever